I'm Molly Jane Hohman. I'm an LCSW, licensed clinical social worker, and I've been working with Dr. Zan and the team for 5 years now. Yeah. How I relate personally to my professional role is just this natural sense of empathy, connecting with people, learning more about them, what they've been through, how to facilitate support, listening. Um, those are just values that I carry around on a personal level and makes transitioning into my role as a therapist feel like home. For me, working on my mental health has been a beautiful uphill journey. Um, I think working on your mental health is taking self inventory to see, are there things going on in your life, in your past, in your mind that are preventing you from living your best life or having the relationships that you want to have, um, or just stopping your growth as an individual. I absolutely think that this work makes me a better therapist. I personally believe in practicing what you preach, and if I don't continue to grow, then it limits me on the depth in which I can meet my patients. So, this work that we've been doing has opened new levels of self reflection, of learning, of compassion, healing. So, absolutely, this work is very powerful. This work has helped me in a profound way. I remember the first ketamine session that I did. It was at home, and I was nervous, but I was open. Um, and I remember laying there listening to my music, and just all of a sudden I noticed this is the quietest my mind has ever been. And just the peace that came with the lack of anxious thoughts, and the ability to say, oh, I want this thought, no, I don't want this thought, and just be able to push it around and organize it and see it at a speed that I could manage my thoughts. That was a really beautiful experience for me. I feel that mental health is something no one can run from. So, with that being said, I think we can either make the space to heal or to grow, or sometimes life makes us. So, I think in a preventative way, it's much more effective because then you can choose where you want to focus, where you want to work, what part needs attention. Um, and I think it changes throughout your life. And the work doesn't stop, but the beauty grows. When people say mental health isn't for them or they don't have the time, um, I gently encourage them to hold space to someday make the time. I think a good rule of thumb is to have the tools before you need them rather than waiting until life throws a curveball and then having to do all of the work. um, so, somatic therapy is the relationship between the mind and body and pain, and whether that's emotional pain or physical pain, and everyone can relate to some form of pain throughout their life. And mean, that's one of the most chronic issues that I hear, whether it's physical pain that people are trying to manage through and still have a healthy life or meaningful life, or emotional pain and fatigue where they just can't find the level of enjoyment, fulfillment, happiness that they really want. And so, what makes psychedelic therapy and treatment so unique and special is that you're really able to dive in and see what space is holding that pain, and healing on a genetic and introspective and just deep level that you can't necessarily reach just through talk therapy or um, med management. It, it's not that type of healing.